Beneath our feet exists a hidden world, an empire built by creatures so small, yet incredibly powerful. This documentary reveals the secret lives, struggles, and intelligence of mice as they build their own kingdoms and adapt to a changing world.
Dust motes dance in slivers of moonlight. A single tiny movement breaks the stillness. A small brown field mouse, no larger than a fallen leaf, emerges from a crack in the floorboards. It moves not with fear, but with a quiet purpose, like a shadow given life. Its nose twitches, tasting the air for traces of food, tasting the air for traces of danger, tasting the air for the familiar scent of its own kind. To us, this creature is a fleeting glimpse, a minor intruder in our grand world. But for the mouse, this attic is not just a space. It is a territory, a province within a vast and hidden empire. This is not the world as we know it, but a kingdom built in the spaces we leave behind. It operates on a scale so small it becomes almost invisible, a civilization thriving in the hollows of our walls, beneath our floorboards, and along the forgotten verges of our fields and gardens. The mouse does not see a dusty corner. It sees a sheltered alcove, a strategic lookout post. It does not see a cobweb-strewn beam. It sees a high road, a bridge to new resources. The idea of an empire might seem grand for such a humble animal. The heart of the mouse empire is the nest, a structure of remarkable ingenuity and comfort. These are not just haphazard piles of debris. They are carefully constructed homes, the castles and keeps of the mouse kingdom. Deep within a wall cavity tucked into the back of a disused drawer, nestled in a warm pocket of insulation in an attic. The mice are master architects. Shredded paper becomes soft bedding, strands of fabric are woven into a sturdy outer wall. Dried leaves provide a rustic, camouflaged roof. Inside this cozy sphere, the future of the empire is secured. A nursery, a fortress, a communal living space. Here, the female mouse, the queen of her small domain, will give birth to her pups. Blind, hairless, utterly dependent, kept warm by insulating nest walls and safe by the constant, devoted care of their mother. The construction maintains a stable temperature, crucial for survival. This domestic fortress is the foundational unit of mouse society, the place where new generations are raised to continue the expansion and survival of their hidden nation. Life within the colony is structured and social. There is a distinct order, even without human-style kings or councils. A dominant male, several females, their collective offspring. High-pitched squeaks, often beyond human hearing communication, through touch communication, through scent. To navigate their world, mice do not wander aimlessly. They are creatures of habit and strategy. They travel along a network of secret highways, invisible to the human eye. These paths are not paved with stone, but are etched into the landscape by repeated use and marked with the subtle language of scent. In a field of tall grass, a mouse highway might be a tiny, compressed tunnel at the base of the stalks. Inside a house, along the base of a wall, under the cover of furniture, through dark channels behind drywall. These routes are chosen for one primary reason: safety. The trails connect central nests to food, to water. A mouse's reliance on these familiar paths is profound. Their spatial memory builds a detailed mental map. They learn every twist, every turn, every hiding spot. This enables incredibly fast travel when fleeing a predator. A mouse dashing for cover is not panicked. It is sprinting a pre-memorized escape route toward a known sanctuary. The network lets the kingdom function efficiently under threat. Mice navigate the dark with extraordinary sensory tools. Their primary guides are whiskers, vibrissae. Close-up, long, sensitive, tactile hairs. Whiskers brush surfaces to report width of a passage, texture of a surface, presence of unseen obstacles. They run at full speed in complete darkness, whiskers guiding fits through gaps. These highways are meticulously marked. For any empire to thrive, it must have a reliable food supply, and the mouse kingdom is no exception. Mice are consummate foragers, possessing an incredible ability to locate and exploit even the smallest resources. Their diet is exceptionally varied, a key to their success. In the wild, they are granivores, feasting on seeds, grains, nuts, fruits. They will also supplement their diet with insects, fungi. This adaptability means they can survive in a vast range of environments, from dense forests to open prairies. Their acute sense of smell, far more powerful than ours, allows them to detect a buried seed or a fallen berry from surprising distances. In the human world, their foraging genius reaches new heights. Our homes and farms are a land of unbelievable bounty. A single crumb dropped from a dinner plate is a feast. A forgotten bag of flour in the back of a pantry is a treasure trove enough to sustain a colony for weeks. The mice are experts at exploiting our wastefulness and our oversight. They learn the rhythms of our households, when the kitchen is quiet, when the pets are asleep, and time their raids for moments of minimal risk. Their small size is their greatest asset, allowing them to slip through impossibly tiny gaps to access our larders. A key survival strategy for the mouse empire is hoarding. Mice are not just living from one meal to the next. The world of a mouse is dominated by danger. Every moment outside the nest is a calculated risk. Their kingdom is perpetually under siege. The primary threats are predators. Predators shape mouse behavior. Predators shape mouse biology. Predators shape the structure of their society. In the wild, the sky holds the silent terror of owls. Owl feathers allow a completely silent approach. On the ground, foxes. On the ground, weasels. On the ground, snakes. Mouse life is a continuous lesson in vigilance. Their senses are honed to a razor's edge. Hearing is one of their most critical defenses. Mice perceive ultrasonic frequencies beyond human hearing. They hear high-pitched calls of their own kind. Those calls act as a colony-wide alarm in an instant. The rustle of a leaf can trigger flight. The snap of a twig can trigger flight. The faint sound of a predator's breath can trigger flight. Their large ears act like satellite dishes. Ears swivel independently to pinpoint sound. That gives a split-second advantage to escape. The greatest predatory threat in our world, the domestic cat. For millennia, cats have been the arch-nemesis of the mouse empire. A cat's patience, a cat's stealth, a cat's explosive speed. A cat's presence alters colony behavior. Foraging trips become shorter and more frantic. Mice stick to covered highways. Mice avoid open spaces at all costs. The scent of a cat is a powerful chemical deterrent. Humans, the giants in whose walls they live, are a different threat. We are unpredictable. Sometimes we provide immense bounty, food, and shelter. To rule a kingdom in the dark, one must perceive the world in ways beyond sight. The mouse empire is built upon a foundation of extraordinary senses. While their eyesight is not particularly sharp, they are thought to be largely colorblind and nearsighted. It is highly sensitive to movement, allowing them to detect the flicker of a predator even in low light. But it is their other senses that truly define their experience and enable their complex social structure. Their world is not one of images, but of smells, sounds, textures. The most dominant sense is smell. A mouse's nose is its window to the world, a tool for communication, navigation, and survival. Their olfactory bulb is proportionally much larger than our own. With it, they can identify family members, detect the emotional state of another mouse, fear or stress, locate food sources hidden from view, recognize the boundaries of their territory. Scent is their language, their map, their history book, written in molecules on every surface they touch. This chemical world is as rich and detailed to them as a vibrant landscape is to us. Their sense of touch is also profoundly important, centered on their magnificent whiskers. These are not just hairs, but precision instruments connected to a dense network of nerves. As a mouse moves, its whiskers scan the environment, providing a three-dimensional map of its immediate surroundings. They can tell if an opening is wide enough to pass through without even slowing down, a critical skill for a creature that relies on speed and agility to escape danger. In the tight, dark confines of their tunnels and pathways, whiskers are more valuable than eyes, allowing them to navigate their complex world with confidence and grace. Finally, their society is held together by a constant stream of ultrasonic communication. The squeaks we might occasionally hear are only a fraction of their vocal range. The kingdom of the mouse may be small, but its resilience is immense. It is an empire that has not only survived but thrived in the shadow of humanity, turning our own world into its greatest resource. Their lives are short. A wild mouse is lucky to see its first birthday, but they live with an intensity and purpose that ensures the continuation of the species. Each individual mouse is a link in an unbroken chain, a worker, a survivor whose daily struggles strengthen the whole. The empire persists not through grand monuments, but through countless small acts of courage, ingenuity, cooperation. We can learn a great deal from observing this hidden world. The mouse teaches us a lesson in adaptation. It shows how to make a home from scraps others discard, find sustenance in overlooked crumbs, build a society based on shared effort and mutual support. They are masters of making the most of what they have, finding opportunity in the narrowest margins. Their persistence against overwhelming odds is testament to tenacity. They do not give up. They are patient, observant, endlessly resourceful, despite the trouble they cause. Chewing wires, raiding pantries, mice play a subtle but important role in the ecosystem. As seed dispersers, they help new plants grow. As a primary food source for many predators, owls, foxes, they are a foundational pillar of the food web. The health of a mouse population often indicates the health of the environment. They are a vital cog in a machine much larger than their small kingdom, connecting the worlds of plants, predators, soil.